We often ask players who their idol was growing up. As a general manager, who was your idol growing up?
Oh, wow, that's a great question. As a player, I don't know if I believe in idols because, but I had great parents. My mom and dad, definitely my mom, I would probably start with, was, an incredible woman, work ethic, all that stuff she taught me. Literally to this day, she'll text me in the morning and give me encouragement, and it allows me to do this job that can be pretty crazy sometimes. My football person I probably looked up to, Randall Cunningham. I was a South Jersey kid. It's funny because Kevin actually grew up rooting for him as well. The ultimate weapon. Now I have a relationship with him, so sometimes life is this beautiful thing. But he was my favorite player growing up. Also at a time where there weren't a lot of black quarterbacks in the league, and so I kind of looked at him as somebody, a pillar, somebody that I could look up to and do his thing and set the table for a lot of people and a lot of things that are happening in the league right now.
You want to hear something crazy? Joe Ortiz also said Randall Cunningham.
Really?
There you go. All right, if you could acquire any one player in NFL history to start a franchise with, who would that player be?
I'm allowed to say something different than what I just said before?
I mean, yes, of course.
No. Oh, man.
You don't have to, but...
Besides the 53 Vikings or the number of Vikings that I have under contract right now.
History.
Retired. That is such a great question. That's a great question because it's about your favorite player, but also team building.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Do you start with a quarterback? Do you start with an edge rusher?
I might go, it's quarterback or edge. It's probably Lawrence Taylor or, man, it's hard to go against, the number of Super Bowl rings that number 12 had. So I'd probably say him.
Lawrence Taylor would probably make your hair turn white, though. There would be.
It's Saturday I can dye it because Sunday will be great. So.
We often say this guy is a future coach. This guy is a coach on the field.
Yep.
Of all your players, who do you see as a future general manager?
Wow. Man, that's a phenomenal question. Harrison Smith. And I say that because, he's so curious. He comes over at practice sometimes, by the way, while he's being an elite NFL safety and just picking my brain, what do you think about this? And he'll also tell me his opinion. Players are great evaluators. They're first evaluating, hey, am I going to be better than this guy to play? So they've been doing this their whole life. So a lot of them are great evaluators. Now, I tease them. I'm like, hey, you're going to have to show up to the office when you come work with me. But no, he's somebody I could totally see it happening with. Sheldon Day's a player that he's not with us anymore, but I'm pretty close with, who's expressed an interest. Julian Taylor, a former player I've had, who's kind of trying to work up his way through the scouting ranks. I wouldn't put it past any of those guys. We have a lot of great, talented guys who are smart, hardworking, and they know how to evaluate.
Makes sense. What's a deal you saw from afar in any sport where you said, how did they pull that off?
You're trying to set me up to be on Dallas Mavs Twitter. I feel like, and I don't want to be on Dallas Mavs Twitter. So, that's tough because, and asking that question, you're kind of saying that somebody got one end of the side of the deal. And ultimately, when we make these transactions, you don't know the context. You don't know. A lot of times deals work because, hey, I'm just on a different timeline than you are. So even if, everybody thinks you won the deal, 3-4 years later, it might look like I won the deal. So that's a harder question to ask, and I have so much respect for my counterparts in every sport. I don't want to make any of them seem like I'm going against them.
Who's the best negotiator in your house?
Oh. I don't know. Duke, he's young. My kid, my oldest is young, but he's getting there. My wife's tough. I try and bring this affable demeanor to my negotiations. She's that, but she'll show you the other side if it's not going the way it should go. But we work together in our family. My sister is probably pretty good. My mom probably negotiates a little more like me. That's a great question, though.
Awesome. Thank you.
Thank you so much.